So students, we are coming to stars. So stars, you might have heard about the nuclear bombing in Hiroshima and Nagasaki. So the bombs which were dropped, they created and produced heat not because of burning of coal, petroleum or sulfur or any chemical reaction. They were having nuclear reactions. And the Hiroshima and Nagasaki bombs were made by a reaction called nuclear fission. So nuclear fission, you should know, when a large nuclei breaks up into smaller fragments, then it releases a lot of energy, new nuclei are formed and lot of energy is released, and that is known as nuclear fission. So a nuclear bomb creates so much of heat because of nuclear fission reaction, which is very enormous amount of heat is released during nuclear fission reaction. Nuclear fission. But even much more heat is generated. So nuclear fission reaction, for standard 8th, you can only understand when a large and heavy nuclei breaks up into smaller nuclei. So enormous amount of heat is released. It is a chain reaction. But then there is even worse reaction than this in terms of heat produced, nuclear fusion reaction, in which smaller nuclei combine to form a large nuclei, like hydrogen and hydrogen. Just for symbolically I am writing, this is for information for our 8th standard students, that helium atom is formed. So here also large amount of energy is released. So in any star, nuclear fusion reaction is taking place. So stars are huge balls of fire, we say, sometimes, isn't it? We say spherical big object in which continuous fusion is going on. It doesn't stop a second. Enormous amount of energy is released. Our sun is one of such star. But you know, during the primary stage of formation, which we call it protostar, huge hydrogen clouds started coming down together and a protostar. So there are different phases in the life of a star. Protostar or protostar means just formation has taken place and it is just started to undergo nuclear fusion reaction at its core. So the core tries to expand, while due to gravity the outside hydrogen cloud wants to come in, and then there is a balance. Inside there is nuclear fusion, outside there is gravitational attraction. So due to heat, the expansion is being tried out from inside in the core, and outside, you know what is happening, the gravitational force is trying to shrink. So both the forces are counterbalancing each other. Now that after some millions of years, it takes the shape of a star where the balance, balance has been taken up. So at present our sun is also undergoing the same thing. But after some days, after some million of years, what will happen? The inner core gets exhausted. While the fusion starts in the outermost core. Now this is just opposite thing is happening. The inner core actually now is little cooler, so it's shrinking from inside, and outer part is now expanding. So the star is now actually proceeding towards its death. It becomes a very huge star. It is called the red giant. And then what happens? A supernova explosion takes place, and outer core or outer envelope goes out. Because of explosion, and the inside core remains, which starts condensing. So this is the death of a star, supernova explosion. First the star turns as a red giant, and then what happens? It like if the sun it becomes a red giant, its periphery will almost reach very near to us. It will expand. Suppose it's a small tennis ball, then it will become a very big, huge spherical ball. So its periphery can reach us also, but by that time will be burned, but it will take millions of years. Then we have got the core. The core is a heavy thing. One spoon of it may weigh more than half the weight of the moon. One spoon of material. And then there are different phases here. Sometimes a very huge star turns up into a neutron star and it starts spinning. So it's a dying star. A neutron star is a dying star. It's a leftover core, and it is called a quasar or a pulsar. It emits radio waves also. But if the star is very huge, so the core left will be also huge. So that heavy and huge core is called a black hole. So the black hole is the ultimate stage of a dying star. But the problem is very dangerous because black hole has got so much of intense matter in it that it will try to absorb, everything around it, because its gravity will be very high, because its condensed mass, one spoon of any matter can be weighing up till the weight of almost a moon. So you can imagine if the black hole is the size of our earth, so how much of matter is there condensed, how strong is its gravitational attraction, and how heavy it must be. And that what happens, so the black hole is the leftover of a very, very huge star which is dying, and it starts attracting everything, and it even does not let light to escape. So somebody might say we see things only when light comes from it. So how do we see a black hole? So the problem is we can see a black hole because of the abnormal behavior of things around it. Scientists, they see the other stars wobbling because they are continuously exposed to the attraction of the black hole. So the big stars, and they're almost going to be engulfed by the black hole. So their abnormal stance makes us to see them. Thank you.